the power of the dark side.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of time. If one only remembers to turn on the light.
The beacons are lit, city! The beacons are lit!
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death.
Remember it well, then. This night.
For in those memories, we live on.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Call the banners.
All of them, my lord.
They've all sworn to defend my father, have they not?
They have.
Now we see what the words are worth.
But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together. And together, we will defeat them.
By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand! Men of the West!
What's good, everyone?
Great intro.
Thank you. I need to make a new one for this stream.
Yeah, I worked pretty hard on that intro.
Cool.
You didn't do jack shit on that one.
I'm just taking credit.
Intro for my streams, a better intro.
Yeah, damn it! I made all your intros.
You made two of them.
Shit, did I break this? No, I just unscrewed it.
And I haven't replaced them out of respect to you.
They're awesome.
It's because I'm just that type of guy.
They are awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I didn't say they were bad. I just haven't replaced them yet. Because I'm a nice guy. So I'll do Caleb's job for him. Thank you, Crimson Law, for showing
My
up today.
thing broke. Sorry.
The Gray Pilgrim, what's up, dude? And
Bud is here.
Oh yeah, I have to go live chat. Whoops.
Yeah.
Matt Risman, hello. Spud, hello. Good to see you.
Damios, Bobby, great to see y'all here.
So is John showing up tonight?
I don't know. I one of the things that I was late doing was sharing the stream link with everybody.
Oh, get your goddamn shit in order, Caleb.
Wow,
Run a professional stream here, dude.
Let's be the last.
How long you been doing this?
A year.
How you doing, Bobby?
Ugh, freaking exhausted, man.
Yeah,
just
long week of work.
Well, yeah, work. It was, we had Monday off because of the holiday, but work was slamming this week. And plus, it's cold as shit here. And I was loading and unloading trucks all day today. And we go from the building out to the trucks, and the wind coming off the water from Newport Harbor. The wind, it was like minus 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What, the trucks don't pull up to the garage?
Well, no, the way our building's laid out, the loading dock, it's all outdoors.
Look, wow. I'll tell you right now, coming from California, I think you're just bitching. Minus 12 that's not too cold at all. Compared to us Californians, Bobby.
Yeah.
Would anyone...
minus 12 below zero.
So Law, are we talking about my mother here? I'm literally just chilling, digging a hole in Minecraft. A big hole, like the size of your mother. My mother?
Well, your mother is
my mother is in a hole. Yeah. It's about 6 feet by 6 feet by 2 feet.
I was fucked up. I'm sorry.
Is that the hole you're digging?
I was fucked up.
Or
how dare you go there, Bobby?
Yeah. Hey, don't even drag me into this shit. My mom's in a hole too. So
well, now I feel awful.
No.
Now I feel horrible.
Damn, Crimson.
Yeah, Crimson. What the fuck? You know what? I'm timing you out for the rest of the stream.
Whoever has a living mother is who he's talking to.
Crimson, if you weren't a member to Caleb, I would be timing you out immediately. That's
probably you're probably the reason he's a member.
Oh yeah, I think I am actually.
Either you or dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, watched the finale of Reacher. A little
I haven't
while
seen
ago.
it yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah,
And my
good.
Oh,
review
dude, it
will be
was fantastic.
up. Shut up, Daniel. You
A
haven't watched it.
few technical issues I had with it,
Yeah.
but overall it was good.
Is it
Reacher
like
gets-
more military issues?
Weapon issues.
Yeah, their military advisor was pretty bad this season.
Well, no, it wasn't the handling. It was just when Neely was firing a full-size M16 A4, and they made it sound like a suppressed weapon when it had no suppressor on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's bullshit.
Can you explain to us, are you watching your video right now to generate views?
Oh no! To actually look at them. Can you not do that?
Well,
Mister,
stop
do you want me to make fun of you for what we talked
sharing.
about backstage?
There we go.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the views. Embarrassing. Way to embarrass me. You're like, don't make fun of me, and then immediately you make fun of me on your stream.
Well,
do you want me to start?
I tell you what, it's actually making the views climb.
It's not.
No,
it's still sitting at the same amount.
It just went up another 2.
Well, I wasn't sharing. You weren't sharing my screen, so no one saw that.
Oh, now went down another 2. So, Damio, you're leaving soon, aren't you?
I am. I'm off to Texas in a week.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Oh wow.
Very excited. It's just it's like a meet and greet with the potential company, more than potential company that I'm gonna be working with, and you know, a couple days we're gonna sit down with the company I'm gonna be working with, and my friend, and he's gonna show me around the job sites and the office, and then the next day we're just gonna go bar hopping, restaurant hopping, show me the area, just so I get a sense of where I want to live and whatnot, and then
is he gonna cover all those restaurants you're gonna go to?
No, I mean, I still have some money, but yeah, but I will hopefully be moving there.
Nice.
In 2 weeks after that trip, so hopefully in 3 weeks I will be a good old Texan resident.
So we are, we are gonna miss Daimio for a little bit. But he's got much more important stuff to deal with.
Yes, than a YouTube channel and streaming.
He's gonna have to go through ICE over there. He's gonna have to make sure that they know.
Well, not going there. I'm more nervous about getting stopped by police and then ICE getting called on me.
You taken was it 10? I think Highway 10.
Dude, I haven't even looked at the routes yet, so I'm not going to drive. I'm flying out for the trip, and once I move out there, I'm going to drive all my shit down. That's when I'm going to start looking at routes.
Okay.
But I'm ready to live in a free state.
That's what
not California.
Are you excited for some actual freedom?
Yeah, I am 100% looking for that. It'll be nice to just be able to walk in and purchase a firearm at a store without I mean, you have to go through background checks and whatnot.
Yeah, but at least you don't have to wait like 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, the 2-week waiting period.
Every time I've ever gone, I've walked right out with
I'm sure ammo is
I walk out too if you got a concealed carry in Rhode Island.
Well, and once I'm a resident there for a year, I'm gonna apply for that. Just so I have it and it's
Is it a year?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't researched it, but it's.
I can tell you.
Isn't Texas constitutional carry now? Well,
you don't. It is, but I was talking to someone about this. It's better, in my opinion. It's better to have it regardless if it's.
Yeah, I think because if you travel to another state,
exactly,
you have the reciprocity.
Well, and also
with some
like.
Yeah, some states, not all.
If I immediately did it and like I plan on going to the DMV and getting a Texas ID and whatnot, but if they see California and my plates are still California and I already
hang on. Sundowners, I haven't watched it yet. Please stop posting things.
No spoilers, Sundowners. I watched it, but yeah.
Here, just so Caleb doesn't get.
You gonna time him out?
No, I just removed the comment. I didn't time it out.
I still see it on StreamYards though.
Oh yeah.
Not
Don't look
yet,
at it.
Sundowners. Yeah. So
I watched it. Caleb didn't.
When you move states, you have I think it's 6 months till you get all of the rights of being a citizen of that state. You have to live there for 6 months.
Okay. Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know. Look, I'm sure there's going to be. I'm not going to go there and immediately just start buying firearms. Like I'm going to set up.
Because they're also expensive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Too. It all depends which.
Let's get that W-2 signed first.
Exactly, and I also need my automatic rifle 15. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just trying to trigger you guys.
Yeah.
That's what California calls it, at least.
Yeah, I know because they're.
Well, they remember Bobby. You remember the state senator with the ghost guns that fire 1,000 rounds a second?
Yeah. This is a 100 magazine clip. He says, and I was just like, screaming at my TV.
I want to watch that again
when he was saying that shit.
Yeah, Bobby
starts
unloading at his TV.
Yep. Oh, I was screaming. Like,
here we go.
Yeah, that. Oh man, that bugged the shit out of me.
There it is. As soon as you get off the plane, straight to the gun store.
Yep. Oh yeah,
this right here has ability with a 30 caliber clip.
Yeah.
To disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. 30 magazine clip in half a second.
Oh my god.
Hey, what's that? What's up, Big Rob?
What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
I heard you guys talking about moving out of California, so I was like, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah, I'm breaking out."
Breaking out.
Yeah, I'm breaking out, and I can't wait to get stopped by ICE. That's
congratulations.
Thank you.
Scott. This right here has ability with a 30 caliber clip.
Oh shit!
To disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. 30 magazine clip in half a second.
30 caliber, huh?
Yeah, we're fucking retard.
I love
one of those sheriffs behind him should have just slapped him in the back of the fucking head and say, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Did you see the clip of Sheila Jackson Lee talking about holding a weapon? And
it weighs as much as 15 boxes. Like,
which one? Because Sheila Lee Jackson
Lee,
yeah, she has provided us with a lot of funny moments.
Yeah,
she talks about it being as heavy as 10 moving boxes or 15 moving boxes or something like that.
Yeah, those must be some big ass boxes because
I moved recently. I remember the way that guy was holding the gun, he pees sitting down. Sometimes when you're really drunk, it's just nice to not have to aim.
Yeah, Crimson. I saw that that journalist.
Oh my dude, that was like one of those first crazy ones, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he fired like one round and like it gave him post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, he started like screaming about it.
Yeah, oh my god,
love that.
Like,
I love when people start talking about shit they don't know about.
Oh yeah, it's like our politicians here in Rhode Island. The governor gave the state address this week, and they're already pushing another assault weapons ban and all that. It's a bunch of shit.
What's an assault weapon?
Dude, that's the crazy thing.
Anything within reach.
The ones who know the least about it are the ones who have the most control over it with lawmaking.
Yeah.
They're the idiots like De Leon from California, who's calling it a ghost, a 30 magazine clip ghost gun.
Yeah.
30 caliber, 30
30
magazine
caliber
clip.
Yeah. When I saw that clip, I was forwarding it to everybody. I was like, look at this idiot.
Oh, remember the was it USA Today? Remember their article?
Which one? They had a lot of bad anti-gun articles. Oh, Rob, great video, by the way, about your career.
Man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that was really good. But I was like, people ask me, like, when I went from tanking to being an MP, it's like, what happened to death before dismount? You know, I was like, hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Dude, speaking of death before dismount, did you see that EXO's letter that it was a company policy put out that prohibited the term death before dismount?
Yes, I saw that a
Can you
couple
believe
weeks
that
ago. I mean,
what does that mean?
He just took it like upon himself.
Well, he had the
write that.
company's approval.
Yeah,
the company commander's approval. So death before dismount is just a phrase for tankers. And it's just a saying like you'd rather face death than get off of your tank, you know?
Yeah.
So it's always just been like a motto, and it doesn't really mean anything. Like when we went into Iraq, death before dismount, that's kind of, you went in with that mentality, but
yeah,
you always jumped off the tank with a little pucker factor when you had to go do maintenance or check the road for IEDs or whatever. But I mean, it was always in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
But this company commander, I guess, tasked his XO with whatever this assignment was, and the XO basically put a prohibition for the company to use the term "death before dismount." I gotta see if I can find it. It was awful. I was just like, what a bunch of soy.
Yeah, you know. I'm trying to think of the page that had it. Hold on a second. Let me another window.
So is that like the motto for all tankers or for a certain battalion, division?
I don't know where it originated, but I mean, all tanking units have kind of adapted the motto "death before dismount."
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact,
the angry cop did a
angry
whole
cop,
on it.
yeah, dealt with it. He's got a good video about it.
I don't know if I can find it. Memo. Here we go. First order change. Yeah, I think that's the only place was that video. He kind of did a quick.
Yeah, because I tried looking for the actual letter online, and it's tough to find. But yeah, he made a great video on it.
I'm sure we'll all see it in the next couple of days. So this is the article that I was talking about. The different accessories you can put on an AR-15. So we're just gonna kind of quickly go through this. Trigger crank, 100-round drum mag. Okay. Multiple magazine holders. An underbarrel shotgun. Has anybody ever played Gears of War?
Yes.
Yeah, I played it.
Chainsaw bayonet.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Night vision and thermal vision scopes.
Yeah, they're getting crazy. Night vision, also armor, like armor plates and stuff. They want to ban.
Yeah. And now, did you see? Was it 2 or 3 different senators submitted a bill to ban civilian tactical training?
Yeah,
where you can't go to like classes or learn tactics or just learn
calling
safe firearms handling.
Basically, banning all militia or
yeah.
So
why would they want you being able to rise up?
This was the picture that the USA Today put in the article originally. That was a like redone version.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny. It's comical, but I went out to SHOT Show 2020, and some guy had a mock-up of a chainsaw bayonet.
Oh, that's awesome!
Out at SHOT Show.
So what's funny about this?
It hasn't been marketed yet, but some guy made like a prototype.
Ever since this article went out, every time anything happens,
oh yeah,
you'll start seeing versions of this picture with like the Death Star right there, instead of the chainsaw bayonet.
Yeah.
You'll see a lightsaber, all sorts of everything that could possibly be.
I saw one with a Klingon batleth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Breezy with a $2 super chat. Kings, love you, brother. Shout out. Thanks, dude. There goes the stream. I forgot about that.
Demonetized.
Oh, let's watch this.
Did you get the private chat?
Yeah. Oh, that's the invite button. So this is the time that CNN made an animation of a bump stock.
Oh. Yeah, it's not how it works.
I don't know. It almost looks pornographic.
Yeah,
I didn't want to bring it there, but yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
That's never mind.
Dude, all they had to do was watch a simple YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly. With like your finger through a belt loop or just holding it and
chainsaw bayonet, ban assault weapons. I don't want my children dying to shoulder mounted Death Star beams. Well, you know what? You don't have to worry about that yet. But what you do have to worry about,
someone just made a small flamethrower that you can mount under an AR-15 now.
Oh, that's saved in my favorites. I have that actually.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram about a week ago, I think.
So real quick. Beautiful music. Thank you, Howard Shore.
You're say goodbye to this stream.
It's just it'll just get demonetized. That's it. It doesn't get taken down or anything.
Yeah.
Here.
Wade says, LOL, Daimyo like bump stock. All right.
Bye, Wade.
Yeah, he's a member. You can't do that.
What?
Did you do it?
No.
Okay.
What were you saying? I can't do what?
You can't kick him.
Oh.
So this is an attachment.
Yeah, it goes under. It's
that's it. You can put it. You can clamp it to like the
rail, the Picatinny rail.
Yeah, 1913 rail. I don't know how much fuel it holds, but I mean, you're going to see somebody do it.
Anybody see that double barrel AR-15?
Yeah,
I've seen. They have one at the local shop over here. It's ridiculous, but I want it.
Yeah. And there's also I've seen the double barrel 1911 too.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Isn't there a movie where a guy has double barrel
Green Hornet?
Yeah,
one with Seth Rogen. Yeah, it almost looks like a double barrel Desert Eagle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
This is the double barrel AR.
Double barrel AR.
So when I first heard about it, you can see it's $2,000. When I first heard about it, I was reading about how it works. You have to zero the left barrel, then you have to zero the right barrel, and then you have to zero them together.
That rifle is one of those where you go, why? Because I can, motherfucker.
Can. Yeah. Because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, because fuck you, America.
Yeah. Oh man.
Those look like 9mm mags.
No, the AR mags. They got mag cinches on them. For a double mag. And it's just a extra wide, of course, magazine. Well, everything's scaled up because since it's a double barrel.
Yeah,
so it'll be feeding from like both mags.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it runs into a lot of feed issues probably.
There's a lot of guns that are
fun
on my wish list that are just as absurd as that one. But
yeah,
I wanna. I've been looking for an old Thompson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my dream guns to have. I think a year ago I finally got my bronze Desert Eagle.
Oh yeah.
That one I was so happy when I got it. Took it to the range a couple of times, and that was about it. And it's stayed in my safe ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, my local shop about 2 minutes from here. He's got a couple of Desert Eagles. He's got one in 357, and I think the other's the 50 Action Express that he's got. Yeah, one's all stainless, and the other's all just standard black.
Down here, we've got all the fun Trump guns that have like Trump.
Yeah, the local shop. He's got a few of the 1911s and some custom Glocks.
It's got like 45 engraved into it. You seen that? Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Crimson, when you say the triple barrel shotgun, are you talking about that one that like
by
4 or 5
Chiappa
barrels?
Arms? I think it's called the Stagecoach. I think.
Yeah, it's got
seen
two
that one.
shotgun shells, a 5.56 in the middle, and then like 2 9mm on the side or something like that.
Mm.
That's so fucking crazy.
I mean,
That's absurd.
at that point,
Yeah.
you're doing too much, dude.
Yeah, that sounds absurd.
Like I love the double barrel, or the even the double barrel AR, but 4 different rounds.
I was gonna say, like, you should have the right to do whatever you want with firearms and have that, but I'm more traditional in the sense where I just want a single
one type of
bullet, exactly. Can you imagine reloading that thing in a heated situation?
You've got see that. So that's the thing. You can't keep it all on one side because you need the shell separate. You need the single bullets separate. So you're gonna be holding it. You're gonna flick it open on the left side. You're gonna eject the cartridges. You're gonna grab the 2 shotgun shells. You have to swap the weapon to your other hand while you grab the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds aggravating.
Yeah. That's definitely.
And I think they called.
fun.
I think the name of that gun is "Wrong House, Motherfucker."
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's probably the only application you would need it in.
That or ending up on the radar. Like that would be fun.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got a friend coming over. He's buying a couple of my guns off me tomorrow.
Your freedom shooters?
Yeah, my freedom dispensers.
Man.
So, what? Oh, there was something else with this. Did you ever see the story that's like, if today's gun rights were just based off of the what we had at the time of the Second Amendment?
I think I saw something about it.
You mean like today's technology, but with historical?
No. So it's like it's a story basically. Hang on.
I don't know. I know back in the day you were able to. I mean, there was like private ownership of.
Yeah, you could
actual
actually
ships with cannons and stuff.
So this is what the thing is. I own a musket for home defense, since that's what the founding fathers intended.
Oh.
4 ruffians break into my house. What the devil? As I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle, blow a golf ball sized hole through the first man. He's dead on the spot. Draw my pistol on the second man, misses him entirely because it's smoothbore and nails the neighbor's dog. I have to resort to the cannon mounted at the top of the stairs, loaded with grape shot. Tally ho, lads! The grape shot shreds 2 men in the blast. The sound and extra shrapnel set off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. Bleeds out, waiting for the police to arrive, since triangular bayonet wounds are impossible to stitch up, just as the founding fathers intended. What's up, Moni G? Hello, Keys Advisors and friends. Just wanted to give a big thumbs up and hello.
Cool. Madeline's in the house.
What's up, Matt?
Oh, man.
Yeah, now that Reacher's done, I gotta catch up on some other series.
Well, you got 1 week. Next Friday is
Masters of the Air. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see the link I put in the Facebook chat today?
So I haven't watched that one. Is that
it's just like a little
behind
teaser, like of
thing?
the show. You know, it's doesn't like reveal anything, but
okay, yeah. So I haven't watched that one yet, but these things, they keep dropping these little things that are just give me more.
Well,
yeah,
that's good. It's called good marketing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Unlike some of the companies that we tend to follow,
who start having these shows come out that people go.
I didn't know they were making this.
Yeah,
it's been in development for a long time.
When the National Treasure show came out, and I was talking to people about it, they're like, you talking about the Nick Cage movies? Like, no, there's a TV show on Disney Plus. What? Yeah, every single time. No one knew that show had come out.
I knew it was coming out. I didn't even watch it. I heard it wasn't that great.
It wasn't good. It was very bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to watch a National Treasure anything unless it involves Nick Cage.
So I don't even have Disney Plus anymore. I got rid of it.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either. Did you actually cancel yours, Caleb?
Well, I didn't re-up it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were on the fence for a while.
Yeah, I was. Well, so what I had several people that we all went in together for an annual membership. So it was only ever like $20 for me. But we all like over the last year and a half just stopped using it. And
so one of the arguments we both talked about is like, okay, well, it's nice to be able to pull up when you want to pull up an old movie or show that Disney Plus has. But it got to the point where I had no incentive because that was so little and far between that I was like, why am I paying for this? You know, it's months until I decide to actually click on that app. I'm not going to sit here and pay $15 a month for something I'm not using. Eventually, I'll probably re-up it. You know, just because I want to watch.
Last thing I watched on it was Ahsoka, and then that was.
And then you were like, "Fuck Disney."
Oh yeah. Yeah, it just soured me so much, you know. It's just like
I agree.
There's a lot of potential with that show, but it just
that live stream we did after, I think is my most watched live stream.
Wow.
Oh really? I mean, we did it right after.
Yeah, was so angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all went full grift.
Matt Tween says, I watched Masters of the Air, but Austin Butler has the most punchable face. So it is kind of punchable, but if you want to see the most punchable face.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, is this an attack on my person?
Oh, man.
Well, look, the only reason you got picked is because Rollo's not here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'll hold back for now. Got a few things loaded up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Austin Butler, he'll be in Dune Part 2.
Really?
Yeah, he's playing Fade Rahutha.
nod like you know what that means.
Yeah. Oh, you never read Dune?
Oh, he does have a punchable face. I didn't know who you guys were talking about.
Did you see the
I thought
original?
you were talking about
Dune?
me, Rob.
No.
David Lynch version of Dune.
Like, damn, bro.
Shit.
I was like, oh fuck.
No, this I didn't know who Austin Butler was.
Yeah, he played Elvis.
Yep.
Yo, it's right there.
If you're ever curious about Elvis, Sundowner's knows. Yeah, he like one or two things about him. I'm kidding. He's obsessed with him.
I was gonna say, knowing Sundowners, he probably Googled the length of his eggplant.
Jesus.
Oh right, 32C.
Yeah.
I forgot
Knowing
about that.
Sundowners, how big was Elvis's?
Dude, this is the most femme soy dude I've seen in a while.
Have you not seen a picture of Timothy Chalamet?
I fucking knew
Oh,
it, dude.
God.
You're so predictable.
Look at this guy. He's got like the, you know how when the girls
Pull
take
it up. I
selfies
have
and
no
they do that.
Yeah, the
does-
duck
does
face.
duck
That's
face,
like every single one of
Or-
his pictures is like that.
blue steel.
Yeah. And who was this other one you said?
Timothy Chalamet. That's the
Yeah,
real.
Timothy Chalamet. He wore a red dress
Oh,
to
yeah.
some movie premiere.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen a picture of him at some Hollywood event with a choker on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he choked down some dude's
Yeah.
fucking shaft in the parking lot.
Caleb secretly crushes on him.
Fucking hate the guy.
Oh yeah, there he is in a dress. What the hell?
Hey, Pedro also showed up. Oh no, he didn't. I forgot.
Moni says, I just watched Echo last night. It's nice to be able to watch my Star Wars and an easy access streaming service. So I guess I'm part of the problem.
Look, when I want to revisit the whole trilogy or both original trilogies, I'll do that. I'll
break out my Blu-ray set.
I see. I don't have a player. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just reboot.
Don't you have a PlayStation?
Actually, I left that at my parents so that my dad could play because he.
That's so nice of you.
You should just use a VPN and borrow it from your friends overseas.
I probably should, huh? Probably should.
That way you have it whenever you want.
There you go.
I just need to get some friends overseas.
Dun, 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 dun. No, that's
I just need to get some friends, actually.
Pilgrim asks, have I streamed with Rolo before?
He sure has.
Yeah, but what was that in regards to?
Rolo Tomasi?
No, you know that twink that tends
That's
to come up
kidding.
on our channel? Yeah, he tends to be on our channels. We tend to drop him out every time he speaks or mute him.
Well, I really
Damn,
really need him to show up tonight because I'd love to use.
Wait, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
No,
Shut for 1
here.
second.
Shut
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
What did
You're
you
just
just
coming
say?
off stupid.
And then, of course, my favorite one. Yeah, so I don't have. I mean, I've got a Blu-ray player and a DVD player somewhere in a box over there.
I use my PS4.
Yeah, but I don't. I sleep in the room over there, and then I work in this room. I don't use my living room, which is kind of sad.
Is that the Titanic behind you, Caleb?
It is, yes.
Nice.
And then that's the Coliseum right there. And
Is it did you build it? A model?
Yeah, it's their Lego sets.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, and then he's building the Eiffel Tower right now, and
that's a mess.
he thought he fucked up, so he dismantled a whole bunch of it last night.
Yeah,
and
I did
realized he didn't fuck up and had to re-put it together.
It only took 20 minutes, but it was really annoying.
That's 20 minutes worth of work.
I was gonna say, dude, we streamed like for I think 4 hours yesterday building. We were both building sets, and then after I get a Discord call, and he's like, "So you know how I fucked up?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I didn't fuck up," and he took it all apart.
Jesus,
It's classic.
Yeah. No, Pilgrim, I didn't mess up.
Yeah, I said I would keep that between us, but yes, I am the better Lego builder. We've discovered.
So cute. Oh, somebody give him a scratch.
There's a big Lego convention coming to Rhode Island in the spring.
When Rob said Austin was the most soy boy he's seen in a while, that's why he said, "Rob, haven't you streamed with Rollo before?"
Oh. He was on. Wasn't he on Daimyo's stream that one time? Right? He popped
Yeah,
up?
that's yeah. He was the guy we kept muting and dropping out. So bad.
Which I guess they need a new target. But we'll see how long it lasts until they figure it out.
Oh man,
you gonna figure it out, buddy? I think that's why he's going all stern face.
Yeah.
This computer froze. This camera froze.
No. I saw what you tried to do.
Keep this up, motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Mister, I was late because I was streaming with Jay and X-Wing up until the last minute.
Actually, I was late because I had to go pee.
Fucking liar. You showed up.
Real
I was in there
late.
10 minutes before, ready, prepared.
Well, are you doing Sea of Thieves again?
Yeah, he had bigger and better things to do with bigger and better people.
Yeah.
I don't think X-Wing is bigger than me. He's X-Wing
Not physically, but
now Jay apparently 6'4".
Yeah, don't target me though.
I'm still not sure if I believe that.
Who's 6'4"?
Apparently Jay is 6'4".
Oh. Yeah.
How tall are you, Damian?
Oh.
Don't be a bitch.
Jesus.
I'm fine. I'm 5'6" and 3/4 and 1/8.
5'6" and 3/4 and 1/8.
You got to squeeze as much as you can out of that rag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So has anything happened in the last couple of days? I haven't really been paying attention.
Oh, we do have some funny thing about. Let me grab it for you. I'll put it in private chat.
Well, I
About the
think
Indiana
a
Jones game.
story that broke today was they're paying Daisy Ridley like $12 million to come back as Rey, supposedly.
Good. I hope they do. And when they make that $300 million movie, no one's going to go watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let it tank.
Why does an actor need to make so much money on a movie?
Okay, don't share that. Don't share that.
Agents, they've got their people.
Yeah, got to pay all their people.
Let's say we were all actors and we all have the same agent. Okay, John is our agent. He doesn't need to make $4 million off of me, which causes my contract price to rise up $4 million so that it's as if I didn't have to pay him. He can just make $1 million off of both of us, all of us. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Am I just one of the least greedy people?
Well, agents, get a percentage. Publicists.
Well, those agents probably work for a firm, and the firm gets a cut.
Fucking lawyers.
And the firm probably has investors and people above them, and they get their cut.
Yeah.
So it's just the way the world works. But I think it is funny. I mean, even if they get paid $40 million or whatever to do a movie, and even if they only get a percentage, like half of that, It's still a
$20
shitload
million.
of money, and it's what's funny is when you hear them complain. There was an actress not too long ago that was complaining how hard it was being an actress or an actor because you have to pay taxes, you got to pay your agents, you got to pay your staff. Did you hear? You remember that? She was like,
vaguely, yeah.
Sob story.
Okay.
So like, oh please.
My favorite one is when what was it? What's the movie they had to do reshirts on because Kevin Spacey touched a kid? All the money in the world. Because they had to bring Christopher Plummer in to like do all the reshoots. Remember that? It's the movie. It was Mark Wahlberg and some other chick. It was the movie about the high-profile kidnapping, not Patty Hearst, but the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I haven't really.
So
watched
Mark
a lot of space
Wahlberg.
movies.
So this movie came out, let's say 2015. Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg is one of, if not the biggest movie star at that time. He got paid $10 million to come do reshoots. The chick got paid like 180 grand, and she started complaining about it like 4 years ago. It's like, yeah, you cost like $180 an hour. Mark Wahlberg costs like $200,000 an hour. Of course, you got paid less.
Yeah.
Am I sharing this?
Yes.
Bunch of babies.
So this is
the senior
this
narrative.
is this Roman's boyfriend?
Yeah, right. This is the senior narrative designer of the Indiana Jones
for the
game
new
coming up.
Indiana Jones game.
And I don't know if this part's true because it's just a screenshot, but it says we have the opportunity to tell Indiana Jones to modern audiences, which is always a fantastic sign for these IPs that we love, right?
For the modern audience, yeah. As soon as you put that,
that's the kiss of death when they say that.
Yep. I've got no interest.
Yep.
For a more inclusive audience or more modern audience, yeah.
Why doesn't this guy just put on his shirt, "I'm a pickle smoocher," you know?
Jeez.
Christ.
Yeah. I mean, it was very deliberate to use this photo in that way with that language.
Exactly.
Like, all right.
We have an article to
So that
go
means
through,
probably
guys.
Indiana Jones is going to be pushed like off to the side, and they'll introduce a new character. Just like in the last
are we
movie.
done talking about this at the moment?
Yeah, I think I have something.
Yeah, screw it.
This is what we're going to talk about.
Oh, I think you're going to pull up the same thing.
Harry Potter TV series zeroes in on premise as selected writers pitch their ideas to Max. So, just off the top, what that is saying to me is that HBO has basically gone, okay, we want you 7. Start telling us how you would start telling the story. And then they're going to decide to go with one of those people's ideas or a couple of those ideas. That's kind of what that says to me.
Woo.
But what concerns me is what's later in this article.
You want to zoom in on that a little bit?
Okay, John.
Actually, that's okay, Caleb. Let me explain, Caleb.
Don't care about that. So Martha Hillier, Kathleen Jordan, Tom Moran, and Michael Leslie are among those who are presenting their ideas to the streaming service and Warner Bros. Television. Sources. Geez, sorry about that. It's an interesting mix of Brits and Americans. We've heard that the group of writers were commissioned by Max to create pitches for a series reflecting their take on the IP. I would say I don't think a single American should be involved in this.
Key words, their take is what I get from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have source material.
We hear the first round of pitch meetings happened in Los Angeles this week, and sources said that the top choices will go to the next round in the UK. It is unclear how involved Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who lives in Edinburgh, has been with the process, but she is expected to be involved in the decision-making on the series, which she executive produces.
Well, I mean, if she's involved...
Yeah, I didn't know if she was going to be involved or not.
Oh, I do know she's involved. Just we don't know the extent.
I think I would hope that she's still very protective of her creation. And
Well, the problem is she keeps changing canon on a whim. She'll tweet something and be like, "By the way, this."
is
That's how fucking
from
Dumbledore
the
became
game
gay.
or
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I never read any of the books, didn't see any of the movies.
Oh,
Really?
Nothing. No.
So
Are
the
you
first
okay,
two are
bud?
definitely a little childish. You should give the movie a shot.
I just
No, not into it.
can't get into it.
Have you tried?
so
No.
there's
It just-
there are these
Not
guys on YouTube who react to movies
Yeah.
called Bad Medicine or bad I think it's Bad Medicine. There's three big jocks, total guys, and they I guess their fans made them watch Patreon or made on Patreon made them watch Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And they had kind of the same mentality, like this is like a kid's show. It's kind of dumb and just hokey pokey. And
Yeah.
and by the end of it, they were all super fans wearing the scarves and the attire.
Geez.
And I totally get it. I think the story, like if you can get past the first two, then
It really opens up.
And then it starts getting more grown up, more dark.
Mm-hmm.
Then by the end, it's very dark.
It's very dark. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, if you watch the opening of every movie, it progressively gets darker and darker and darker.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that stuff, man.
Deadline understands that there may also be an opportunity for more than one of these writers to be involved, and that Max is open to the possibility of developing more than one idea based on Harry Potter.
So, if I may, I don't understand this modern. It's like it's a modern trope in writing or in production making where you have to change everything. Like, why don't you have the foundation you need? Why don't you just stick to what that was originally? You always have to have these new people come in and put their take on things, like retell it in a way. Obviously, it's not going to be one-to-one to the book. It just doesn't make much sense to do that with movie and TV from adapting from a book. But you have a foundation. Why don't you just use that as your foundation? Don't go around changing everything, right? Or putting your take or your spin or what you think this scene meant, and then kind of diverging the original.
Tailor it for a modern audience, as they say.
Precisely.
Hey, you want to read that first line there, buddy?
I thought it said Hitler.
Yeah, I did too. Are you talking to me or what?
Yeah.
Hillier is a British writer who was executive producer of Netflix and BBC fantasy series The Last Kingdom, as well as a spin-off, The Last Kingdom, 7 Kings Must Die.
Hey, Damio, in our video, one of the things you said was that basically the first 3 seasons are really, really good, and then it really kind of drops off.
Yeah.
Fair?
It really dropped.
So here are I think it's her, writing the last 12 episodes of The Last Kingdom and the screenplay for 7 Kings Must Die.
Yeah. And guess what happened in 7 Kings Must Die? They took a
historical
rumor almost. But I see what you're saying with the fact that the sorry, remind me of his name. King was it King Edward?
Oh, Edward's sons.
Yeah, Edward's
his
son.
Bastard son and his legitimate son.
Athelstan. Sorry, King Athelstan never married. That's the actual fact that he never married. And I think in the historical tellings was that it was to make sure that his little brother takes the throne. And the way she spun it was, well, he was in love with his best friend priest, and they were banging, and that's why he never married. I mean, they did show it in the movie that, like,
oh yeah, they went full on in the movie.
Well, no. I'm saying they did show that, but they did show that, they made sure to show that Uhtred tells him, like, you must make this deal. You're not going to take a wife, and you're not going to marry so that your brother can take the throne. But ... he was also gay and had a lover. You know, it's just it's ridiculous. So I don't want them touching. Harry
So
Potter
this is
any
the
more.
other one of the other people. Teenage Bounty Hunters, American Princess, and Threesome.
Well, you know where that's going.
Let's see. Tom Moran is the other one. I'm going to assume it's this writer. Whatever that is.
Romanesco.
The Devil's Hour, The Feed, and Wild Bill. So this is one of the British writers.
Oh, The Feed. I've seen that.
I can tell you that The Devil's Hour and Wild Bill are actually pretty good.
So is The Feed. The Feed's pretty interesting.
Like, I don't know why Wild Bill has 6.9. It's actually a pretty good show.
Yeah.
And Michael Leslie.
Hunger Games.
Yep. This one wrote.
Oh, Ballad of Songbird. Never mind.
Yep.
Ugh.
Producer, writer.
That was just
Upcoming
the
Now You
latest
See
one,
Me
wasn't it?
3.
What?
How do you write Hamlet? It's already written.
For a modern audience.
Let's see. He wrote the Assassin's Creed movie. Macbeth, Eleanor, Hunger Games. So this dude's writing Now You See Me 3.
That hasn't come out yet, though, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's in pre-production.
Yeah. Well, that Songbird, I tried watching that one.
Was it bad?
Yeah.
Oof. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess it didn't do too well in the theaters.
The other thing Leslie wrote, let's see. The Little Drummer Girl, Florence Pugh, Michael Shannon, and Alexander Skarsgård.
Whoa,
Harry
go
Potter.
back up. Go back up. I just saw right there. One stage attached to Peacock's reboot of Battlestar Galactica.
I guess he's not part of that anymore.
They're talking about the new one coming, right?
Yeah, they're trying to get a reboot off the ground.
Ooh, they better not mess up my freaking show, man.
They will.
No.
The Harry Potter series will be produced by Bronte Film and TV. Okay. I need to look this up because apparently I clicked the wrong button.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested in a whole series of this world. I mean, I love the Harry Potter world, and I would love to see more of it. But when they the prequels, the
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I liked the first one. Didn't like anything else. They had a total different vibe to it. You weren't kind of immersed, or I wasn't immersed in the same world when I was watching the originals. And then making it into a TV series, I don't know.
Yeah, will the series be tied into any of the previous material or what?
I don't know.
Wait, what are y'all talking about? We're talking about the
Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Will it be tied into the previous movies or books?
No, they are retelling the 7 books in 7 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bronte Film and TV is a production company headed by Rowling's agent that, from all I can tell, has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, let's say, TV movies from the same storyline. Strike. That's who Warner is letting lead this thing.
Are you surprised?
A little bit. They're not fucking up nearly as bad as this with House of the Dragon.
I think the Game of Thrones stuff, they know how serious that is. But okay, well, Harry Potter is too, but arguably, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with that. I see what you're saying.
The pair will executive produce with Bronte CEO Ruth Kinley Letts and David Heyman, who produced the movies. Oh, and David Heyman, who produced the movies, was in talks to executive produce. In April, Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav said that the Harry Potter on Max will be a decade-long one. Don't really care what he said about, oh, I read the books. I mean, there's not a damn thing in this that's made me feel good.
I mean, yeah, the only saving grace would be the level of involvement of J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so my pushback to that is that she was heavily involved with the game, right?
I don't think she was actually involved with the game at all.
The storyline.
See, I didn't
think she
play the
was at
game
all.
either.
I thought she was. So a big thing that, I mean, I'm gonna try to look it up right now, but from because people are trying to dunk on it, saying she was literally wasn't involved. Okay, I think you're right. Actually, I was mistaken. She still had proceeds to it and was given a bunch of money for it.
She got a fuck ton of money from it.
Yeah.
But so this is the thing. Now I said David Heyman. This is the thing about what people need to remember about Rowling. She is still a huge fucking liberal. Like she literally the only thing she doesn't agree with those people about is trans stuff.
Yeah,
it's literally the only thing.
She's a traditional feminist. Right?
She's a third wave feminist.
Third wave. Yeah,
what's a turf again? That's what she is.
I don't know. I don't keep up with these political buzzwords, to be honest.
Yeah, these damn.
They're so fun to mess with.
There's so many of them, though. I like
something extreme like radical feminists. I looked it up one day.
Oh, is it trans excluding radical feminist?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist. Thank you, Crimson Law.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get the pushback, but I mean, the story of the originals was good, and there was nothing shoved in my face.
Yeah.
I was in it for the adventure, and at the end of it, it left me wanting more, and then they made the prequels.
Okay. So I wonder if she had at least rights in the sense where they presented the story to her and she gave it the check mark. I'm talking about the game. She gave it the check mark, like, you're good to go. I'm not going to silence anything. And I'm only bringing that up because there's, like, in the game, which is the newest installment of the Harry Potter universe, there was a good amount of this like trans shit in there. I mean, it was a small part, but there was enough to where you wanted to skip through it for at least
in the game.
Yeah, there was a trans bartender
that you regularly have to go see and all this other shit. So it was like it was in your face, but it wasn't like being thrown at you like, you're a piece of shit if you don't agree with this. And I want to say there was some like, okay, regardless of that though, I'm wondering if that's going to be the new, like, you got to have this in here, for the series. Like, even if she's heavily involved, there's going to be some new character. And we saw how Fantastic Beasts turned out with the whole Dumbledore thing. So I'm a little concerned that there's going to be some teacher or some adult in there where they're like, oh yeah, they're gay. They always have been. Yeah, this person is androgynous or something like that, So it
depends on, I guess, what their intentions is for the series. Because I know the Academy, the Motion Picture Academy has, I forgot what that rule is. It's got like an acronym, but you have to have a certain amount of.
So the good thing is, they'll with this they'll be going at the Emmys rules, but the Emmys rules aren't better.
Yeah,
they're the same crap. You need to have like if you don't have 40% of your roles, you have to have like 60% of your staff.
That's so crazy that they put these boundaries or these requirements.
And then they wonder why their shit
have that inclusion.
They wonder why their production didn't do well. Let me shoot myself in the foot and then walk a mile. Let's see how that goes.
I just want a good story,
Yeah,
another good like
we all
a
do.
trilogy or a good series where I don't have to go in and see the modern audience or see the modern problems. I need, like you go to movies and you go on to escape. You want to go into this fantasy world or whatever.
Yeah, you kind of want to forget reality for a couple of hours.
And people with these viewpoints get called racist, misogynist, you name it, throw the book at it. But if there's a good story and there isn't an ounce of that stuff in it, and there isn't an ounce of racism or misogyny or all this other shit, you're not going to hear these so-called racists complaining about it if it's a good story, right? Because that's not what we're not sitting here being like, oh, I don't, I'm not shitting on the story because of all this other shit. It's just, no, you're prioritizing all of these other tropes and topics over a decent and well-told narrative, right? And that's really, at the end of the day, what people get pissed off about. It's not that there is a lack of racism. It's the fact that you're pushing agendas and topics that we don't want to watch or care about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad, really.
Yeah. Well, when 99.9% of the writers live in West Hollywood,
yes,
that's what you're gonna get.
So I don't get why when the strike happened, there was a lot of, look, these people have to live there to do their job, so we need to make sure that they can afford to live there. And it's like, the internet and the email has been around for 30 years now. Yeah. You don't need to live in West Hollywood to fucking write for HBO. I could sit my ass right here and write for every single one of these production companies.
I don't think it's, I mean, I think it's in order to be relevant in that industry, you have to be rubbing shoulders with the people that live next, next.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to want you to rub something other than the shoulder.
Well, look, I'm convinced they don't actually believe half this shit. Sure, there's a select few of them. I really think they actually probably align closer towards how we think, but they're afraid of losing their job.
I'm sure it's forced on you. Hey, you got to include this in your script,
or they just include it initially so that they can start rising the ladder, right, and climbing it and getting higher.
Go along to get along.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there are plenty of closeted Republicans in the Hollywood scene.
There is.
That's what we need.
Yeah, they're just afraid to
We need a coming out party for Republicans in Hollywood. Can you imagine if someone but you wake up in East LA or somewhere and you see a pride parade, but it's for Republicans in Hollywood?
Yeah, I can't see that ever.
No, I can't actually. Yeah, I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Oh, actually, you can hop on YouTube and look up the what was it? The White Pride Parade in Boston.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember when they had that to counter the the Pride Parade.
Oh my god, I laughed my ass off. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. That caught a lot of shit when that happened.
Boston's Finest was out there for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gotta love it.
Did you guys see that video of the plane on fire?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
The engine. I think it was in Florida.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting more nervous about flying now that all these freaking stories are coming out.
Yeah, like the one with the door that got ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, was it Anthony Blinken was overseas, and the 737 he was supposed to take back had before it took off a catastrophic mechanical failure. So they had to ground the plane, and he had to find another way home.
At least the passengers were compensated with $1,500 worth of flight to their or miles to their.
Hey, Daimyo,
Oh, I
aren't you
thought you were
flying
going to
to
say like
Texas next week?
$1,500 worth of
Yeah.
peanuts.
1,500 miles. That's it.
Yeah, 1,500 miles to
Shit.
or something like that to their to the same
to their
the
frequent
same
flying
company
miles
that
or whatever.
Thor ripped off their plane.
You know what I was just thinking about? I wonder if there's anyone out there that they book flights on like the day before Thanksgiving or Christmas, and they just go to the airport and just wait to see how much money they can get off of Delta, because Delta overbooks and shit like that.
I wouldn't doubt a lot of people
Like
do that.
because you can get a lot of money. That when I was flying back from JFK, this is probably about 2 years ago, and my dad and I get to JFK, and we hear if anyone's willing to take the later flight, please come to the Delta desk. And so he goes over there, and they're offering like $600 per ticket, and that's a new ticket and $600.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, let's just see how, we have to get home today, but let's see how far we can push this. And we got up to, our number was $1,000. Someone took 800, but I mean, $800 and another flight,
another ticket.
$800 is a lot. Even today, $800 is still a lot of money.
I don't know, man. When I'm at the airport after like a vacation, I just want to get home at all costs.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at an airport
me too.
for another
Look,
6 hours.
As long as my laptop is charged, my phone's charged, I could live in the fucking airport.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't like being in airports at all.
Yeah, I hate airports.
I did a 12-hour layover one time, and it was a fucking disaster. Yeah, and it was like
I think the longest layover I had was like 7-8 hours.
So it was a 10-hour layover, but we were coming back from Brazil. It was just me and my buddy, and everything was closed. We're starving. There's nothing you could get to eat. You can't sleep, right? You're sitting there. All there are, yeah, exactly.
They don't put you up at the airport ration.
If I leave my luggage unattended to, and
it's different for the international flights. I got a 7-hour layover in Japan one time, and because you're international, you can't just like leave the airport, or else you'd have to like go get your luggage. And
yeah, of course,
yeah, but yeah, it's brutal.
Dude, in those long ones, when you're overseas like that, it 35 or 35-hour sometimes trip. In general, multiple layovers.
Yeah, you got to deal
with
a
disaster
and all if you leave the airport.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't even want to look at a line at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got family members that do that, and they'll go through a flight that normally takes 4 or 5 hours, but in order to save $200, they get this flight that has like 2 layovers, and a 5-hour flight is now like a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
I was like, God, man, there's no way. I just
There are only probably 3 or 4 airports that I would be willing to do a layover at, and most of them are in Dubai.
Yeah, see, the layover I'm talking about was in ATL.
Oh,
yeah. That's
where's
that?
Yeah,
that's where
I know that airport well.
Dude, oh my God.
That's where I had my
It's disgusting. There's fucking shit all over the floors. Yeah.
That scene in I think it's this. It might be something, or it's a trap. The last Star Wars Family Guy.
Yeah.
When Vader's getting off the Tydirium, not Tydirium, the Lambda class shuttle. He goes, "Galaxy far, far away, and we still have to change to Atlanta."
Oh yeah, yeah. That's where I had my layover. Overseas, I think the longest layover I had was at like 6 hours at Heathrow, in England.
How is Heathrow?
Not bad. Got shit faced at like 8 a.m.
Well, I mean, look,
it was nice.
I
had no problems, because we actually, it was a 2-week annual training I did with the National Guard. We were in Kuwait, and when we were coming back home, we went through from Kuwait City to Heathrow, and we were there for like 6 hours, and
you guys are international jet setters. this stream might be too posh for me.
Oh yeah, I gotta drink with my pinky out.
Our
to be fair.
Yes,
to be
yes,
fair.
my good sir. Yeah.
Well, to be fair.
Oh, don't say to be fair. Hate when people say to be fair.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Charles.
To be
Yes,
fair.
Charles. To be fair.
So what made it worse though is like we only had an hour. It was supposed to be an hour layover, and we got to ATL and the weather was too bad, so they made us circle for an hour and a half.
Oh.
So we circled, landed, and we had to go straight to the Delta booth and get a new ticket, right, for the next flight. So you're already stressed coming off the plane. Like you know the flight you're supposed to catch had already left. Then you show up to ATL, and like it was my first experience. You have to jump like 2 different trains to get to your respective gate, and so it's like, yeah, that airport was a horrible experience. First time ever being there.
Requires a lot of money to go out of the country.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
for
my nephew just got back from Barcelona and Lisbon.
Unless you have that really
Both nice areas.
Yeah.
Terrifying document from the government called orders. Yeah, it takes a lot to cost a lot to go out.
Yeah.
We actually it wasn't horrible. We were able to find a round trip.
What's up, bud?
For his mom's wedding for $700 from here to Brazil.
Yeah.
700 each. So 1,400 in total. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this summer, my nephew is going to a photo safari to South Africa. He got a discounted airfare. He's got a friend he went to high school with that works for the embassy, and his airfare is only $600.
I think people are scared to fly right now. That's why.
Right. Yeah. Well, even before all of the new stuff, I've been trying to plan something to go visit some friends in Utah, and I go visit family out in Virginia, and the cost of plane tickets is just insane right now. Just to get from Georgia to Utah or California is almost $1,000 for like coach.
The worst part about it is with that kind of thing, I normally would drive because in the past, a week and a half of a rental car and gas was was less than a round trip ticket. But now, rental cars are fucking through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah. You used to be able to get to like from here to California for $280, maybe $300, like during peak. And especially like we have a big family and you're paying for 5 tickets.
Oof.
Yeah. But now it's like almost $1,000, and I still got the same number of family members.
Yeah. Oof.
And it's undoable.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yet they're you're having all these problems with all the planes, and the airports are always run down. And
that's why, like when I go to that to ICC Con in October this year, I'm thinking about just driving down Tennessee.
Just right. It's a beautiful drive.
Oh yeah, I've done it before. But I'll probably be flying out to visit friends in Arizona again in April for Bike Week. So
was that why you went to Arizona last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. It's my oldest Army buddy. We met in reception station. Yep. And I visited. When he was in North Carolina, I'd fly down to visit him there. And then he was a traveling nurse. And first time I visited him in Arizona was 2016, I think. Yeah. So yeah. But flying out there, it's about like a 4 or 5 hour flight.
See, I really like going on flights. It's really cool. I love that feeling when you get off the tarmac. It's so cool.
Yeah, I don't mind that flying itself. It's just airports suck.
Yeah.
And people suck.
The minute Yeah, all of that outweighs whatever coolness it is for flying, for me at least.
Yeah.
I can't stand the lines, the people, the
That's
jet lag.
why one of the best parts is that's why you get TSA pre-check.
Even that, I mean, I don't know about you. I have TSA pre-check. There's still a line that you gotta sit there. It goes by quicker, but
So anytime that I've flown in the last
right, but you're from
6 years,
buttfuck nowhere, so it your airport probably
First off, international airport is 20 minutes for me.
I fly out of SFO. You know how much business happens in San Francisco?
Yeah, is the third largest airport in the country.
I was gonna say it's a disaster flying out of there.
Second is LA, and number one is Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta's a shit show right now. They're doing a bunch of construction.
Dude, when I was there, dude, the ceilings were pulled down. There's fucking shit everywhere.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she just flew home from Mississippi, and she connected in Atlanta just before Christmas, and she said, "Yeah, ATL just sucks right now."
Yeah, you have to get there like 3-4 hours, about 4 hours ahead of your flight.
That's pretty much if you're flying out of SFO, we get there 2.5, like minimum 2.5 hours before.
I just fly out of Providence. I could go out of Boston, but
I was pretty.
Boston's a Logan, right?
Logan, yep.
I was pretty surprised when I flew into like the first experience I had and waiting to go through security at Atlanta. That some person, I forgot what happened, but they had to go like all the way back out of the line the 2-hour line that they just sat in, and started yelling at the TSA person, and they're going off on this like on the worker, and the worker wasn't having any of it.
It doesn't help. The
calm.
TSA at Atlanta is the worst too, man. They are fucking mean, and they hate their
Yeah,
job.
I saw
the worst one.
Yeah,
I've
just
ever dealt
a
with,
little bit of attitude there.
I think it's LaGuardia is the worst one I've ever dealt with.
Oh, they were yelling at people in the line. Like they're like, make sure you have your goddamn passport and everything set up. And I was like, oh shit, this is way different than whatever I've experienced.
I think international is probably the worst part of all of this because I mean, like I said, all my flights have been domestic, so it's a relative breeze.
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked I've gotten out of the country with no trouble ever.
Yeah, I think the customs area in Atlanta is not too bad. When you're coming back into country, they have it pretty. It's pretty easy.
Well, I think it was more so like it's a big line, and they were just yelling at everyone because they didn't want the line to get even bigger by dumbasses not reading what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I think that's what the situation was.
Yeah, the only thing is the lines do get a little long, but they have everything kind of like roped off, and I don't know. I've gone through that. The one I really like is in sound like such a posh douche in Paris. So I went to the Disneyland over there in Paris.
Oh yeah,
and all of their stuff is automated. Like they have like these kiosks. You don't even deal with anybody. They have these kiosks. You walk in, you like scan your thing. You walk in, these doors close. There's like a camera that takes a picture of you, and then it turns green, and then you walk forward, and then you get your little, quick stamp, and then it's really cool.
Surprisingly,
that's awesome.
Mexico had that when I went this year. Like Cancun, yeah. I flew into Cancun, and they had the same thing. You open up your passport, you scan it, takes a picture of you, and then the customs door opens, and that's that.
The United States is lagging behind.
Oh yeah,
Mexico.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
And speaking of Mexico, have you seen that?
Don't talk about my people like that.
I think it's probably a joke. But have you seen that video of it's like surprising my boyfriend with going to Mexico, and he's like asleep, and she wakes him up at the border, and he's just like, what? I don't have my papers.
Oh my god,
that's horrible.
I'm pretty sure it's fake, but it's funny as shit.
Obviously, yeah.
Can you just imagine that?
Oof. Yeah, I'm sure he was hating life.
Relationship over immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real. Trust broken.
Like, bitch, you just got me deported.
Yeah. You guys seen those videos where like the girlfriend will stick a hot dog in the jeans, like in the zipper of the
cut
jeans,
off the-
and then
yeah.
they wake them up and they snip the hot dog. With
Oh yeah,
scissors.
yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
That
The
would end
boyfriend's
their
like,
relationship too. That would end their relationship too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine waking up?
How fucked up are you in the head to want to put that insane, even for 4 seconds, to make your boyfriend think that?
Yeah, some
That's
of that.
that's plain evil.
Some of those pranks
That's
that you
plain
know
evil.
are obvious, like where it's not, at least where it's not obvious that it's fake. You question like, did that relationship just end? You
Yeah.
know, like I've seen a few of them where I'm like, that was fucked up. Like you should. I don't know if you guys are still together or not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh geez, the wedding's still on. Yeah, it's fucked up. But yeah, other than that, I haven't caught much news this week. Just been too damn busy. Work's nuts.
Anybody see the new I think it's Amazon Prime, the new biblical story they're making?
Oh, I saw some about that on Twitter during lunch today.
Urban Jesus.
Nope. Not Urban
Yeah,
Jesus.
a lot of people are up in arms about it. They're dumping Amazon Prime and stuff.
Is that the one where they kind of reverse the roles of angels being the bad guys and the demons being the good guys or some shit like that?
A little bit, yeah.
So, yeah.
Something like that. I
haven't
heard
of
about
this
it.
one.
I don't know too much about it.
Anybody want to watch the trailer?
Yeah,
pull it
let's
up.
watch
Yeah, yeah. Pull it up.
I'm down to shit on anything.
it.
See. Oh god, this is the entire first episode.
Oh yeah, isn't the first one's like free or something like that on YouTube or something? I heard, or something like that.
See, this is called Has Been Hotel.
Hmm.
Right. That's not what I want.
Dead air.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the. Okay, so this is the beginning. This is the first 2 minutes.
Okay.
Present, share screen.
Upon a time, there was a glowing city protected by golden gates, known as heaven. It was ruled by beings of pure light, angels that worshipped good and shielded all from evil. Lucifer was one of these angels. He was a dreamer with fantastical ideas for all of creation, but he was seen as a troublemaker by the elders of heaven, for they felt his way of thinking was dangerous to the order of their world. So he watched as the angels began to expand the universe in their ways. From the dust of earth, they created Adam and Lilith, equals as the first of mankind. But despite this,
Just in case anyone was wondering, that was Adam and Lilith.
Lilith. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to Eve? Was this
Oh, don't worry.
Was Eve the ex-girlfriend at this point?
demanded
or-
control,
She'll be
and
here in a
Lilith
sec.
refused to submit to his will. She fled the garden.
Lilith was a free spirit who don't need no man.
Oh God.
Drawn in by her fierce independence, Lucifer found her, and the two rebellious dreamers fell deeply in love. Together, they wished to share the magic of free will with humanity, offering the fruit of knowledge to Adam's new bride, Eve, who gladly accepted. But this gift came with a curse, for with this single act of disobedience, evil finally found its way into Earth. with it a new realm of darkness and sin, and the order heaven had worked to maintain was shattered. As punishment for their reckless act, heaven cast Lucifer and his love into the dark pit he had created, never allowing him to see the good that came from humanity, only the cruel and the wicked. Ashamed, Lucifer lost his will to dream, but Lilith thrived, empowering demonkind with her voice and her songs.
Empowering demonkind.
So she just
And
on
as
the
the
rag?
Ha!
Numbers of hell grew, so did its power. Threatened by this, heaven made a truly heartless decision that every year they would send down an army, an extermination,
That's Michael.
to ensure hell and its sinners could never rise against them. But Lilith's hope remained, and her dream was passed down to their precious daughter, the Princess of Hell.
Oh gosh.
What the?
Don't worry, Mom. I'll make you proud.
Is it actual like animation?
Yeah.
Ugh,
So that's what it looks like.
that is some weird shit.
Yeah. That's,
I
can see why people are pissed.
Well, and then also like there's a whole bunch of shit, with
the
Hollywood,
religious aspect.
Well, like the
Everything,
satanic
yeah.
stuff with Hollywood, and they're like, oh, that's not them being satanic, and then you start seeing things like this pop up, and
Yeah.
I've had someone straight up tell me on Twitter that, or I've seen it on Twitter where someone said the biggest red flag on an account is when they have an American flag and a cross on it.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what they want by this stuff. In my opinion, like they want you to get comfortable or used to the idea that Christianity is bad. Everyone's a racist if you're Christian, that type of thing.
Well, people have been trying to push that for 1,000 years, ever since the last crusade.
I don't know. Imagine trying to do the same thing. So, like, I understand the art and the satire. Like, I'm sure there's agendas behind, obviously. But
That's not
imagine,
satire.
but trying to do the same thing with another religion.
Ooh.
Oh God, yeah.
Can you imagine trying to do that with Islam?
No,
Oh,
I mean,
forget it.
well, look what happened when they made the cartoon, Islamic cartoon.
Yeah, with the Charlie Hebdo thing and all that. Yeah.
The freaking the embassy, supposedly tied to the embassy and the big riots and the
Yeah.
I mean, or especially right now, the current climate with the Jewish and Gaza thing.
Yeah.
So
trying to make a satire video, like Christianity is the only one that you can touch.
Yeah, it's
right now.
the only thing you can target.
Crimson Law coming in with a $10 super chat.
Oh, nice.
Has Been Hotel rivals My Hero Academia for cringe fan base. Some dude paid like $50K to have himself in the show for a sex scene.
Okay.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
So, My Hero Academia, is that what is
It's
that?
anime.
It's anime.
Oh, okay.
I thought people really liked My Hero Academia.
Yeah, a bunch of liberals.
No,
never saw it.
My friend does, and he's not like he's not super liberal like that. But he does like
I'll be right back,
but he
guys.
likes all anime.
All right.
I don't know. So I guess my view on what he had just sent in is that there's this thing with modern writers where they want to have self inserts, and you see this all the time with video games, comics, all of this stuff where with video games it's more so where the writer of this game wants to have one of the games or one of the characters in the game look like them. It's weird. Or they give their life story in a pre-existing IP. It's weird stuff. I don't know why it's so common these days.
When did they start doing that with video games? Putting the like recognizable actors.
That's pretty recent. I didn't see much about that until like honestly this year, really. Maybe.
Well, I
maybe
mean,
last
there
year.
was like Star Wars. That was a Battlefront or one of those games had the. God, what's his name? He was on. He was he was part good and bad. The Jedi. God, I'm having a brain fart right now. But that was a while ago. Famous actor. Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed. Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
he was.
Yeah,
he
Sam
was
Witwer. Yeah.
Sam Witwer was the legitimate actor and did the. Why am I forgetting it? The technology, motion capture.
Yeah, the motion capture.
So he was legitimately hired.
Yeah.
It wasn't a self-insert. He had nothing to do with the writing. More so what I'm talking about is like Mary Jane from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2.
So they completely changed the model of her face. And a bunch of people are trying to argue like it's the same character. It looks exactly the same. And then you pull up the writer of the Spider-Man 2, and she's this non-binary.
Oh, okay.
Throw us
Or
the
Mindy
books at it.
Kaling and
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo.
and you pull her face up, smiling next to Mary Jane's face, and it's exactly the same. Like
Smiling.
it practically looks the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, that's more so what I'm talking about. Motion capture is, for like Cal Kestis, they used Hennigan. What's his name?
So you're talking about like the creators actually,
yes,
like
the creators and the
compelled
writers
to put themselves in the story. Okay, I get you.
and write a character based off of their life, that type of bullshit.
Gotcha. Okay,
I
yeah,
forgot to
that's
play
kind of
this.
weird.
So I forgot to play this for Crimson.
God, that scene, man.
Oh, I know.
That scene dude. That scene has like extra meaning for me. I don't know if we talked about it before, but I've mentioned it. Like that particular scene frustrates the hell out of me because like, just get off on a nerd tangent. But those guys had literally just saved the world.
Yeah.
And they go back to the Shire and nobody knows what the hell they just did.
Yeah,
They're
they
just
have
sitting
no
around a
clue like
table.
what happened outside of the Shire. You know, it's
Now in the books they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the movie, it's kind of like
I mean, those movies are just so well done. They're
Well,
timeless.
and not everyone read the books, right? You got a bunch of fans like myself who.
right, but I was just conversation.
I understand. I was just saying that I understand it's your stream. You're allowed to say what you want, Caleb. Please don't.
That's a good point. Read the books.
Yeah. I would, but I just go on with my life.
I like Rob.
I was gonna expect like I would, but I don't know how to read.
All right, yeah. I mean, I can read. I
That
can
was
read good.
rude. Yeah. I read
don't
good.
read good.
I read
Yeah.
good.
I done read good.
Yeah. I'm sure like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, I'm sure I miss a lot with these epic stories by not reading the books. But man, that just it takes up so much time that I feel I don't have.
Well, lately I found it's easier, like if I'm doing yard work or building something or have time at work, just
Audible.
Audiobook,
it.
yeah.
It's easier that way. You can bust it out, like multitask, and you might have to press rewind.
I can do it at work. It's nice if I'm in the warehouse doing something, I'll just headphones and Audible.
Do the audibles? Is it voiced by like the writers, or how do they do that?
No, they
find people to do it.
Usually, like a professional voiceover artist, or some books will have like a full cast.
Yeah. So with Heir to the Empire, Mark Thompson does it, and he does I think a couple other ones.
He does the Thrawn trilogy also, I believe.
I have found that I have found with like franchises like this, like big ones, like fantasy stuff, they'll hire people or multiple people to voice it. But like with someone's like an actor or sometimes just an author himself, he'll write a book and then voice it himself too. But that's for like more. I've seen that more in nonfiction stuff. With fiction, I think they typically hire a voice.
Yeah,
actor.
Mark Thompson's also done the Thrawn trilogy and stuff too.
So, Roy Detrois voiced the first 5 Game of Thrones books. What's the guy's name? Gerald Doyle voiced the Aragon trilogy, the Inheritance Cycle, as well as the new book. He voices Paolini's other works. What's the name of the? Anybody watch Bones?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the first psychiatrist they meet, Doyle, whatever his name is.
Gordon.
Yeah, what's that? Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry voiced the first run of the Harry Potter audiobooks. It's apparently someone else now.
Another good voiceover is Ray Porter. He does all the Jack Carr books, the Terminal List and all that. Plus, as a matter of fact, I'm listening to one now. It's the latest book by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian. It's called Hail Mary.
I want to share my screen real quick. That's not what I want. This is the definition of the word soon. Okay, soon after. And I wanted to explain it to everybody.
I think we all know what soon means.
Yeah, well, I just some people might not.
You're late.
Like Rolo here.
Use it.
You just Jesus Christ!
Only like 2 hours late.
Who 45 minutes ago.
Okay, first
sent
of
me
all,
a text that said, "I'll be there soon."
He starts with first of all.
There's closed roads because we just got 8 inches of snow, and I gotta drive carefully through those roads, and I have to go around, and I have to go way farther.
So, Lola, before you keep going, I need you to reach down, pick up your bottle of rum, and show us how much is gone right now.
None today.
We did see it.
None today.
Well, take a sip. This is a chill stream. Take a sip. Let's go. Swig it.
Yeah, I will.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
I just tell me twice. I just God.
And we definitely didn't shit on you while you weren't on panel, because that's just wrong.
I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you didn't.
We didn't.
That means like we didn't.
What?
Hey, you're hosting a stream, Caleb. Please pay attention to us. Okay, welcome to the Gatekeepers Daimyo. This is a chill stream.
Sorry, I just got a fucking text. I just got an email from Kick saying your payment has been processed, and I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Well, do you subscribe? Like, is it just?
It's a subscription.
Yeah. And Rolo's already gone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's the quickest time he's ever.
Well, he's a quick dude.
Yeah.
Only takes him a couple seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say a one pump dump type of guy. Happens to the best of us.
Never happened to me.
Well, it'd help having experience, but yeah.
No,
here's the resident Disney shill.
I let my dog in.
Had to get off camera and let your dog in.
Well, also my mom came in and fed the fish tank that's right there.
She put a burp into the mic.
I said right there. I didn't burp. No, that's the.
Well, Rolo, how's your day going?
It was all right. It snowed all day, and I was at work. So
nice.
What a riveting story.
No, it was actually a fun day because we just like 2 people called out, but it was then me and the managers kind of just hung out in the back in the fish room and like do what we had to do, and just one other person was there.
So when you say you did what you had to do you mean like it got really cold, so y'all had to like huddle together for warmth?
No,
No,
what he means by
our heater was working. What we had to do was like work with customers and like clean our tanks and stuff.
What he means by he had to do what he had to do was go to the back room, grab his Lewinsky knee pads, get on the ground, and keep his job. All right, it's called job security.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What
No,
model knee pad do you use?
No, dude.
Lewinsky's
In all
2000.
honesty, it was a really chill day of work, and I was expecting it to be boring as fuck because I thought no customers would come in, but we actually did have some customers come in, even though there was a snowstorm going on.
Okay, so this is just my question. This is my question. I get that y'all are probably a little more used to snow up there, but who the fuck is sitting there at home?
I know,
the
dude.
Day that you get 8 inches of snow.
I thought the same
and
thing.
Going, you know what I need to do? I need to go get pet food for my little fish.
No, I need to go get fish. I need to go because here's the thing. These motherfuckers, they think like that. These customers that I have, they'll think like, okay, no one else is going to be going to get the fish today. So I can go and get them when the shipment's here because it's snowing. I'll be the one in my big ass truck to go and show up and I'll get the fish. And then other people are thinking the same thing. And then they show up. And then those fish people, dude, they know.
You know what this sounds more like?
And the reptile people.
This sounds more like people who spent all their day smoking pot and then realized that their fish didn't have any food.
I'm pretty sure every single one of our dude. That's another thing. There's a customer today that came in and he's asking me all these questions with his wife, and they're like these 2 like people in like their 70s, and they're just standing there in front of me. This old man just keeps pulling out a dab pen and just ripping it like right fucking in front of me, and I was like, just so you know, like to my manager, I was like, just so you know, like I was ripping a dab pen. I know you don't care, but that's the reason it fucking reeks back here. He's like, yeah, I know. Guy comes in sometimes. I was like, all right,
man, that's a hell of an excuse. I would keep that excuse going for the rest of your life.
No, dude, no, I would never be intoxicated at work. Ever.
I would.
I mean, I would like to be, but no.
Oh man.
The only thing I have is my break, and that's when I hit my nicotine. That's it. But no, it was a good day today. We kind of just all hung out and listened to music, and it wasn't that busy, but it was busy enough so it wasn't completely fucking boring. You're just already done with your job for the day.
Yeah.
2 people called out, and then a third person called out, and then by 3:00, the one girl actually came in. We were like, "Oh, thank God, somebody else," because it was just the 3 of us and the girl that has to run the register. But the managers have to keep.
Why does the girl have to run the register?
That's what she's always done ever since I worked there. That's just what she likes to do. She doesn't work in the fish room. She works up in the front. She does all of she controls like all of the logistics and shit between like where things are packed on each aisle and like all that stuff. And then she runs the register other times. So she's there like usually all day, a couple days a week. Like on Sunday, I'm there 9 to 8. So I'll be in the fish room.
Pet shop is open at 8 p.m.
Ours.
It's not. You never know.
It's not. It's like
might be needed late at night.
Like an exotic pet distributor. It's not just a pet shop. Like, well, that's what it is. Like
this, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like someone that works at Total Wine their entire life. Why do you work at a store that sells beer? Well, we don't just sell beer. We're a wholesaler. We sell kegs and
it's not the same.
there and wine and liquor.
Do you know a regular pet shop that has an arowana the size of me? Like,
Okay.
I don't know what an arowana.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think these guys know what an arowana is. I do, because I like this stuff.
Well, don't assume. Don't assume.
What?
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
Rollo,
sure I can
would
assume
you
that.
would you
Yeah,
as
I have
the
no clue.
reptile master like to tell
No,
us
because
what,
quite frankly, this conversation's a little boring. So I don't think we should get into this.
but what is I've already forgotten the damn name.
Arowana.
Arowana. What is a marijuana
I
without
thought he
the
said
end?
marijuana.
Arowana is a fish.
Then what's an aquarium?
An arowana is a fish
From?
South America.
Thank you. I was gonna say I didn't want to shit on you here, but Amazon. Yeah.
Didn't you just say fish this big?
It's big. No, that thing gets like to 6 feet. The thing
They can get the size of me. Yeah.
It's a big ass fish.
Basically spelled like marijuana without the M.
No, it's like AR.
ARAW.
Oh shit, that is big.
HANA.
Wow. Tank size 250 gallons.
Which is
2 inches per month.
arguably small for a fish that size. But again, this conversation.
No, I understand. I understand.
You asked.
I did
I'm
ask.
sorry, Big Rob.
Wow, those views are just dropping.
I was gonna say now we're talking about fish.
I wonder if it'll fix now. 7,
Oh,
9,
Jesus.
12.
Thank God. I hated being the fucking punching bag while he was absent.
Damn.
Oh.
Where's John? Why is he not joining us?
I don't
tonight?
know. I sent him the link.
He's not still in Cincinnati. is
And
he?
Megan.
I don't know. She's home alone apparently.
He just sent me like a random picture. I'm trying to remember what it was, but
Sorry, what'd you say?
it was something like it was like a.
He sent you a dick pic?
It was like him like this, like it's just a random ass picture.
I'd really love to stop getting ads for StreamYard.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You get ads on StreamYard?
No, I get ads for StreamYard like everywhere.
Oh god, yeah, me too.
Yeah, ads for stuff that I already have like all over the place.
Pilgrim would like to know the name of the store you work at. I know it's something about Bellevue, but that's all I remember.
I'm not.
No, actually, can you tell us the store?
I'm not telling you that.
Why would you not trust us?
I'm not telling you where I work.
Well, I know why he wouldn't trust us.
I'm not as stupid as Roman. I'm not telling you where I work.
Still blows my mind. Okay.
Sorry, Roman, but you did out yourself.
No,
there's no way.
Anybody else? Anyone else heard any
It's not a
news?
small business, Pilgrim. It's a very big
Think of any news we
ship fish across the
already.
other animals.
I haven't really heard of anything
It's been kind of a slow week in terms of this
major.
stuff.
I mean,
The only thing I was waiting for was the standoff between the Texas National Guard and the federal government.
Oh yeah,
And I know, like yesterday was like the day something was supposed to happen and it didn't, and then today everybody was waiting around for news and then nothing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I didn't. Oh, about the border control stuff.
yeah, over
I
Eagle
did
Pass.
hear about that. I did hear about that, but nothing. We don't know if anything's happened yet. Nothing's just been
No, I
deployed.
think they're just continuing to arrest people. They're catching them and actually detaining them.
Yeah.
Across
Yeah,
the
aren't they charging them under state law now or something like that?
So you guys can beg to differ, obviously, but I always found it like, okay, sure, it's a little funny that Texas is like putting them into buses and sending them to states like New York and whatnot. I also think, though, in the long run, that's going to do more damage to our country than just not accepting them at the border. So I'm really not okay with the fact that we have thousands of people flooding in, and then they just pack them up and let them into the country. That, at the end of the day, that's what the issue is.
Yeah, I appreciated the troll of it, You know, like, hey, like, how do you guys like it? These other sanctuary states who are always shaming Texas for overstepping or whatever. And so like that part I understand, but like, yeah, like accepting these guys and then just dumping them into the interior of the United States, you're actually like contributing to the whole thing in the first place.
And on top of that, now the children of the United States are getting affected by it, right? Because schools are starting to to use schools to house these people. It's regional right now, but the more people that come in, they're asking people like, if you have spare rooms, we'll pay you to house these
yeah, it's crazy.
immigrants. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
and so when does the line get crossed?
Massachusetts.
When does the line get crossed that they say no longer is it a
Mandatory.
choice? You're gonna house these people if you live in this district because we all
I
voted
think that's
on it.
that's
right?
probably the only good that came from these things, and it wasn't necessarily Texas. It was the NGOs who were shuttling these people everywhere. So now the states like New York are actually having to deal with the stuff that Texas and Arizona are dealing with, and now they're seeing the repercussions of those policies.
And the people that have been advocating for it will never be the ones. Like if people showed up to their house and said, "Hey, so I can live in your house," they would go, "Oh, yeah. I don't want to. Not really my thing." But they're the ones advocating for it. But they would never allow these immigrants to live in their houses. Never.
Yeah. Yes. Other than that, it's been pretty slow news. I don't know. Sometimes I got to take like a break, a hiatus from the news feed on my time.
So
Yeah, it can be a little too much sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
We got some interesting shit coming out of the Supreme Court, but
Yeah, I know. Aren't you like in that world?
yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, so I know they were challenging the Chevron deference.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, it's
has huge ramifications if it's successful.
Yeah, so this is the thing. I hate Chevron. I think it's the real problem and the real reason that Chevron still exists is because Congress wants to pass 1,000-page bills.
Yeah.
And it wants pork-filled shit. It wants all sorts of dumbass shit in it. But if let's say Congress passes a bill tomorrow creating something that oversees YouTubers. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get the premise of it, and I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like having. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but having like politicians, these freaking goobers, making policies on Second Amendment stuff, like who know nothing, kind of where we started this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they give the Chevron deference to an agency, but then you have an agency that's corrupted.
Yep.
Or politically leaning in some type of way, and the Chevron deference now is biting you in the ass.
Yeah. So what Chevron basically does, for anyone that doesn't know, is it basically says that it's a test created from the Chevron case, where Justice Stevens basically said, if the thing that is created by the agency is if the bill creating that agency is silent to that thing or is ambiguous, then as long as the thing created by the agency is not a crazy interpretation of the statute, then it's a fair reading. And so one of the things that allows the ATF to do what they do is, I mean, I don't know the name of them, but as long as the ATF doesn't say, well, this allows us to prevent everyone from owning an AR-15, which it obviously doesn't, then their rules are basically okay. But the main problem with the ATF is you got people making rules that have no idea what the fuck has anything to do with a gun.
Yeah, or just even simple redefinitions of pre-existing law.
Like, didn't they redefine
revolver policy into law?
I don't know about revolver, but I know like machine gun is the one that they constantly modify. and they just like the big one is the bump stock, and then the other one is
pistol braces.
The pistol braces, but with in regards to machine gun is the force reset triggers.
Force reset triggers, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Or
now
the
they're saying
binary
like,
triggers.
yeah, like a simple the YouTuber that just got in trouble for pushing I don't even know what they're called. I think it's some switch or something you add to
Yeah,
your.
it was a little metal
Yeah.
form that he had.
It was just a printout of like
it was a
not to
card
get too
key.
far into it.
Yep.
Yeah, but just that thing alone has been classified as a machine gun.
Yeah, and he got sentenced to like 6 years in prison or something.
Well, it's he got sentenced.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he
He
just
was-
got I thought he just got fined.
No, he's in jail.
Shit.
Holy shit! Really?
And,
So
he wasn't even doing anything. He was just marketing for it.
Jesus.
I think so I think it's important to bring up that we were joking in Discord, me and Caleb, earlier today about Australia, and they had that one shooting, and all the guns got the government was like, give us all your guns type of thing, right?
So we're taking
They didn't have a constitution and a Second Amendment in place, so their guns were taken from them, right? Their country wasn't built on a revolution, essentially, right, from a bigger entity. So they had to kind of, lack of better words, pussyfoot around getting to be their own country, whereas we took it, right? Like that's the foundation of America, and they don't have a protected constitution that will allow them to have the rights to say, no, this is bullshit. So now where I'm going with this is that the government they're trying their hardest to get to that position where they can just say, hey, give us all your guns. You guys can't have them. That's at least how I'm viewing it as I'm getting older, right?
And one of the things that's funny is, and it's kind of how we've all kind of learned this as we've grown up with the internet and on YouTube and different social media platforms that have allowed us to expand our conversational ability with people from other countries. Is there's so much that we take advantage of that other countries don't have, and that you don't really realize they don't have until they freak out about something. So an example would be the Fifth Amendment, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment.
Yep.
I was watching this this live podcast from a radio show in Australia. These two guys, the host of the show was doing a 56-hour marathon where they were on radio for like 3 days. And they during the commercials, the like YouTube stream or whatever would be like you could hear the producers and basically everyone that wasn't just in the studio talking to the radio. And one of the conversations that you can hear is this one producer says, "I plead the fifth." And it's like, well, you're in Australia. You don't have the fifth.
You don't have a fifth, yeah.
And it's so. One thing that I thought was weird about that was how a phrase like that's so based on something that we have here in America travels around the world.
Well, okay, yeah, because arguably we have a very large. We have a very large reach globally. How many internet personalities do you know that are from other countries that are living here now that love to chime in on Trump, on our elections, on our laws, on our culture? I can't stand when an Australian or a European, I don't care what side they're arguing for.
Well, they all have a
go fight for your own country. That's kind of how I feel. Like,
Well, I agree with you, but they all have a meme where they're like, "Oh, can't wait for the season finale of America."
Did any of you follow that channel, the Four Boxes Diner on YouTube?
Nah.
He's a constitutional attorney. He talks about like Second Amendment issues. He just did a good video on Chevron difference and stuff.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's Four Boxes Diner, and there's also another attorney, the Armed Scholar.
Armed Scholar's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, so check those channels, especially Four Boxes Diner. That guy really knows his. He's a member of the Supreme Court bar.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, he's really knows his stuff.
I hope I never have to be a member of that.
Yeah.
Not ever planning to argue in front of the Supreme Court.
Yeah. So yeah, but he just made a good video on the Chevron difference and all that.
Yeah, like what you said, listening to foreigners chime in on American politics is,
Yeah, Piers Morgan's good for that.
Yeah, I can't stand that idiot.
What's so funny, he leaves the US, goes over there, and becomes the voice of reason over in the UK.
In the UK, yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Piers Morgan is the voice of reason in the UK.
Yeah, that's whack.
He still hates guns, but at least he's hating guns over there.
Well, that's why he's in the UK.
He also hates his big thing right now is the First Amendment, free speech, and hate speech.
Yeah.
And like he cannot get past, it's not free speech, it's hate speech. And like you ever listen to like his like when he has guests on that are talking about this subject, and he runs into that wall every time. Well, it's not free speech, it's hate speech. Well, it's the same shit, man.
All speech is free speech.
but him coming from
Well,
the
for the most
UK
part.
doesn't understand it the way.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does understand it, but like rejects it the way that we've brought up to view it. But
Well, yeah, okay. With this whole hate speech thing, especially when they start chiming in on American issues, they don't understand the First Amendment, right? They just they don't, and they don't understand the importance of these amendments, and that's what I think really where it boils down to, because they are viewing speech as speech, not as the right to speech. That's kind of how I've always classified it. That's why you see a bunch of these. It's ironic that British people are chiming in on right to speech and whatnot when like we literally there's a reason why we created this constitution. It's because of your damn country, right? So I don't know. I find it very ironic. I don't really like to chime in on.
isn't Piers Morgan the douchebag that got fired for talking shit about the throne or Meghan or the Queen or something like that, right?
So this is what's so funny. He did a whole thing about Meghan Markle and something else, and the Meghan Markle one didn't get him fired. The other one got him fired, and this was probably like a month ago.
Yeah. Well, what happened to free speech?
Yeah.
unless you piss
You never
off
had
everybody.
it, big guy.
Never had it.
No.
It never was. Well, it was at one point.
Yeah. Crazy times, man.
Indeed. Unfortunate times.
Ugly
Yeah.
times.
I don't see him getting any better.
Yeah.
Right. I think right now it's here in America it's bad, but it's not to the point where like you're gonna have people like you see in I guess Canada, or I think Canada was the last one that I heard about, where if you say something negative, you can actually be jailed.
Yeah.
I think it's in about the whole trans thing or
if you say something
misgender or whatever.
derogatory or misgender
No,
somebody.
if you misgender somebody, that's like the most ridiculous part of it. Like,
it's
some store clerk that goes, "Hello, ma'am," and they're like, "It's sir," and you're like, "Oh fuck, I'm going to jail."
I did that the other night.
Did you really?
Yeah, I misgendered someone the other night. It wasn't necessarily on purpose. It just kind of came out.
Did you like rack it up when
Just call everybody fuckhead. It's
You're
gender
good.
neutral.
Caleb's like racking him up. He's like, "I misgendered another one."
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
talk
I
about
almost
yourself.
got suspended for
I'm gonna
3
beat
days
your
at work
fucking ass
for
when I see you,
misgendering somebody.
Caleb, talking about yourself in a negative.
dude.
connotation
You're gonna get hurt.
Wait, which one?
I'm curious, as a Californian, especially around the San Francisco area, your views are kind of counter to what I would assume most people from your area, and because I know California has a lot of
He's a Trojan horse.
closet, not conservatives, but just like, not.
No, you're right.
But just especially where you're at in.
So, okay,
how do you reconcile that?
So I think a little bit of background is necessary for this answer. I'm from a family of 10 people, including my parents. So big family, Catholic. Now they're not very, like, they're not far leftist, but they are liberal, traditional liberals. So there are a lot of things that actually align with the moderates. Like, they tend to actually lean towards the moderate side, which is how we were raised. My siblings, on the other hand, grew up in this era. So they kind of leaned way far left in comparison to me and my parents. They followed my parents. I was a black sheep. So like I went through construction. All of my other siblings went like college route, white collar, that type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was actually fairly liberal up until my early 20s, and then I got into trade school, and then I got into actually working construction and being exposed to other perspectives. And that's where, well, yeah, actually, but I did kind of wake up to the kind of bullshit that's happening through the construction and talking to other people, and my viewpoints out here. I practically don't talk to them talk about them with strangers because you don't know how they're going to react to it. You're going to be ostracized in some
Yeah,
way.
I mean, that could be career ending for some people over there.
Yeah, and you know what? And like, luckily, your politics are accepted in construction, regardless if you're in the white collar side, like where I'm at right now, or the field side. So it's the main reason why I'm leaving. I've been called a racist from my siblings. I ignore it. I don't ignore it, but I press them and say, why am I racist for this? That type of thing. So it's balancing it is not like a big day-to-day issue, but it's more of an issue of my perspectives don't align with my overall state. So I get frustrated that there are certain things happening, right? Like, especially during like COVID, really, I was leaning towards right, but it was still kind of moderate. Then COVID happened and all the lockdowns and all this other bullshit. And I shot far into the right. So I was already right leaning, but like, then once the COVID stuff happened and Trump and the election, it went full on. Like I registered right as on the Republican side, and it's look, I'll have a debate with someone that doesn't agree with me on stuff, but when it comes to my family, I don't see them enough, so I'm not going to sit there and debate with my siblings about why this is righteous or morale versus over their perspective, because it'll turn into an argument. They're not willing to hear me out because they're so far left. That's the biggest issue, so there really, what I've noticed living out here in California, especially right now, and having the perspectives I do, I hold my tongue. I might make a snarky comment and like troll someone for a second, but I'm never going to go full out and say all that, start being an asshole to someone. But I've recognized that, like it's so during COVID, at the end of it, we had a vaccine survey at work, and luckily they were cool about it, and they wanted to see the option. Like, there was an option on the survey itself, declined to answer, and that's what I did. So it's interesting to say the least, but it's not like a day-to-day you're getting yelled at for being conservative or anything like that. And look, you had talked about closeted conservatives. It's really just in the concentrated cities, LA, Francisco, San Diego. I kid you not, you drive 45 minutes to an hour outside of those cities, everyone's a redneck, like legitimate.
I've heard that. I've heard that
I have heard that multiple times.
We're a big agriculture state. The north is mountain, so you drive out there and you got Trump signs, American flags everywhere, and it's just there's just a heavy level of TDS in the concentrated areas. So that's really what it comes down to. I keep my mouth shut unless there's something that I really feel like I can contribute to a conversation. But if I see a circle or conversation happening where it's just an echo chamber of people agreeing with themselves, I'm just not going to even bother. I'm like,
Yeah.
Smart. I got you.
Yeah. I find it fascinating, like, because you said you went like to, you jumped all the way to the right, but like nowadays, even if you're in the middle, you're still considered on the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's
So-
like that meme.
Yeah, if you don't 100% like align with the left's views, it's like, oh yeah, you're a righty.
So both my mom and my dad they would be considered. We've had multiple conversations where my other siblings chime in and start kind of doing what you're talking about to me and my parents, because we're having an adult conversation, and they are, my sister was fresh out of high school, hadn't really experienced life yet, and we're talking about, we were talking about trans men. I don't know the actual distinction, but trans men in women's sports.
Yeah.
And I was basically saying the viewpoint about how it's awful and immoral to have that, because you have a man who has the bone density, muscle mass over a woman in a fighting sport. And my parents were agreeing with me, and they said, yeah, this is awful. And they're traditional Catholics. Okay. So even if they're liberal leaning, they still understand that that's not right. And, birth control is another one that we talk about a lot in our household. And we tend to agree, me and my parents tend to agree on that stuff, but outside of it gets a little bit more, and other than vaccines, it gets a little bit more cloudy.
Yeah.
But my siblings they can't participate in those conversations because they get so emotional.
Yeah. I've noticed that with my family in California. Like when it comes to Trump, like I don't give a shit about Trump. Like if he wins, awesome. If he doesn't, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. But if I start having some of these conversations, my family immediately switches to, oh, you're just a MAGA. Or like I don't care. I literally don't give a shit.
Yeah, one thing you might be actually interested by this topic I was having with my my mom and her friend who's from forget what state in the South, but we got on the topic of the Confederate flag, and we were talking about what the underlying meaning of it, right? It's not about the KKK, it's about the pride for the South and the union, the southern states in general. And
it was the Union battle flag.
Yeah, exactly. And my sister said, no, it's literally not. It's racist. It's a symbol of racism. And I argued with her because she tried to do it from across the room. She didn't try to join the conversation like an adult and say her piece. She tried to just kind of call us racist. And I pressed her and I said, hey, so what's the difference? So I asked her, I was like, do you think you should be able to fly a pride flag in front of a house without any question? She goes, well, obviously, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between someone flying this flag? Yeah. And she goes, well, it's a symbol of racism. And I said, but the idea is that you're free to choose what you want to fly and what you're proud of. That's the idea of the First Amendment and whatnot, and being able to speak your mind. And you should, if you tell one side they're not allowed to fly the Confederate flag, well, then by that same token, you shouldn't be able to fly your respective flag. And I even brought in the fact that, like MLK, he said, if you start silencing one side, that's going to be used against you. So you've got to let these people that you don't agree with say their piece. Otherwise, this whole First Amendment falls apart. And she had nothing to say to that, and I find that's the biggest problem with people in my area. They're not willing to see the other side or even attempt to. It's immediate. You're wrong. I'm going to get emotional. You can't say your piece.
Yeah,
and that's really, it's the failure of this.
I've lived in the South for a long time. I'm originally from California, so I was a city boy, and I lived in San Gabriel Valley. And then
is that Southern California? I'm actually not.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's like Pasadena and East LA, El Sereno, that area down there. So I'm like, I mean, that's where my roots. That's where my family's from. And joined the military, and I've been in the southern states my entire enlistment. So this is going back over 2 decades, and down here, that flag it's not, it doesn't have the same meaning that it does to the people in California or New York or Chicago. And it's here in Georgia, it's in Alabama, it's in Florida, it's in all these southern states, and it's just it's a symbol of southern, southern pride.
Okay. I'll be honest with this.
So, like from a young age, watching Dukes of Hazzard, like it was just a thing. Like there was no ties until this movement started.
Now I want to say my other arguing piece with her to try to make her understand. I said, now look, if you're okay, I have a neighbor. He's second generation. So his parents were immigrants. He's Chinese. He flies the Confederate flag, no connection to the South. And I kind of questioned him one day. I was like, look, dude, like you have no connection to the South. Why are you flying this? And I think he tried to pull the freedom card and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you have to look at it like, look, you have no connection to the South and you're flying a flag. I don't think it's for the same reason as the people from the South with connection and bloodlines to the South. Was I offended? Not really, but he is racist, like in the sense of the actual.
Oh yeah,
You've never heard of Chinese racists? It's a full thing. He's a good person, inherent good person, just a little convoluted in certain things, and so kind of throws around a word that you shouldn't throw around, right?
I really need a disclaimer video.
Yeah, but look. My point being is that there's a line. Right. So I've always considered like you're never going to see me fly the Confederate flag. None of my family are from the South, that type of thing. But I understand what it is at the root of it. Right. And that's the biggest issue that I find with the left side. They're not willing to find the root of a perspective that they don't understand. They take what they hear and they say, this is wrong, because I'm going to connect it to a bunch of people that have nothing to do with this perspective. And that's why I'm going to argue on it. And that's really where I'll leave it on that aspect. But that, like you said, like you grew up here, like I'm in kind of a similar boat, like it obviously from different paths, but in a similar boat that like I took a different path here in California and I'm finding myself hating it out here and the people out here for this reason. So I'm going to go to a place I think is going to suit me better, which is the South. And I'll start in Texas, and who knows, I might end up even deeper into the South. But it's
an interesting caveat to that is that up here near Pennsylvania, we're in Gettysburg and stuff, and people fly the special all over Pennsylvania. People fly the Union flag. That's fine. No one cares. They fly the Confederate too, but people fly the Union flag. No one gives a shit. But you'd get mad if someone was flying a Confederate flag out front of your house, but if you're flying a Union flag, no one cares. However, there is American flags always right next to them, so there's a lot of American flags up here. That's the one thing I have noticed. I have one in my other room, but
just curious. When you say Union flag,
you talking about what? Betsy Ross? Is that the Union or the?
No, he's talking about the one with all. He's talking about the one with all the colors stacked up on each other.
Talking about the trans pride.
The one with the original. It's like the circle of stars.
Yeah,
that's the. You're talking about the 13 colonies one.
Maybe I don't remember. There's like something that I see everywhere. I know we see the Pennsylvania flag everywhere, but
it's probably the original. The original flag, the U.S. or the 13 colony flag.
Yeah, it's like the circle.
But yeah, Rob, I kind of rambled on there. I hope I answered your.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I always have. I avoid those conversations with my family because it gets.
As do I.
It just gets too crazy and they get emotional, and I'm just like, well,
I couldn't. I end up conversations.
I end up just feeling sorry for them.
Yeah. Well, and look, I got 7 siblings who only 2 of them can understand what I'm talking about. So it tends to become a gang up where I've got 4 women and one dude coming at me with a bunch of, and then there's no room for. They're not trying to hear my perspective. They're trying to tell me why I'm wrong, right?
Yeah. So like my perspective, this is the last thing I'll say on this. My perspective, because of the military, I've been all around the world. I've been to some like the craziest countries who actually do hate anybody that does not look like them.
Yeah.
You're right. And so like when you go visit some of these places, and then you see how bad it is out there, and you come back and you hear these California, Karens complaining how bad our country is and how we're racist or whatever. I'm just like, please. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. You guys have no idea. Get out of your bubble. Go visit other countries and see how good you have it here.
Well, and more often than not, Rob, you put them. Forget all the logistics about it, but you put them, just drop them in that location that you're talking about. They're going to be terrified and they're going to want to leave, right? Because they don't actually know true racism. That's kind of how I view it, right? And it's turning closer towards that, is in the sense where their viewpoints end up being more racist than what we're talking about. Like they're trying to segregate, like they're trying to separate, rather, like races and hierarchy and all this other bullshit. And at the end of the day, our country fought for a better world. Like that's at least how I view it. But yeah, it's a difficult one. I just think it's better to just leave it be, let them figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
As not cause problems,
Well, here's the thing, like to his point, where he's like, yeah, go and see it for yourself. You always have those like 20-somethings that college kids or whatever that just go, well, yeah, I'm sure they'll totally accept me when I go to Iran, and then they like show up and they just get fucking, or like Africa and they just get like obliterated, like when they get there.
I've known people that have, like traveled overseas once, and then as soon as they come back and they're like, I can't believe, like how good we have it over here. And it's like, yeah, tried telling you.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've run into that a lot, actually, and it's like me. I'm 58. I've done my traveling, saw the world. Some places I didn't really care for, like Rob, but just I could care less if I ever leave the continental U.S. ever again.
Pretty damn good place here.
Hell
We got
yeah,
everything.
it is.
We got everything they got, except our buildings aren't as old. That's it.
Yeah.
You want to go
plenty
see
of
mountains?
plenty
Well,
of things to see and do in the U.S.
Yeah, you want to go see mountains? There's 4 mountain ranges that way. Go
Oh,
look
look,
at it.
I think it's important to step out of your comfort zone and go to countries that are safe to go to.
See other parts of the world.
I agree with you, Caleb, that this is the best country, but you should.
I was being a little
I know.
funny about it.
I know.
But did you I don't know if y'all saw this the other day. Do you know what people safaris are?
What the fuck?
People safaris?
That sounds like that. You know what
No.
that sounds like? That sounds about the World Fair, where they had people locked up in cages for other people to come look at.
Wasn't that in that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Hard Target?
So
They were
people
hunting other
safaring is when you go to
Escape
other
from New York?
countries. When you go to other countries to see what other people live like.
Yeah.
And so, which to me just sounds like a vacation. Like,
Yeah.
if I go to France,
what the fuck?
Like, I go to France because I want to see the Eiffel Tower, I want to see the Riviera, I want to see what France is like.
Yeah.
But there was someone posted this thing on Twitter that was like, I just found out that people safaris are a real thing, or are still a thing, and this needs to end now.
so end vacations?
Well, yeah. So I had to Google it. I had to Google what a person safari was. Now, I assume the idea is that it's actually like, I don't know if you saw 1883 or 1923, but it's one of the sons is like out hunting lions and stuff to protect these Europeans that are just like out traveling, doing safaris type things. But I think the connotation is that you go and you bring all your lavish luxuries and you sit up next to the poor village and watch them. So that's kind of a fucked up thing. But the way they describe it today is just like, that just sounds like a vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I get it. So if you went to one of these third world countries and you brought like your fancy ass Winnebago with like a water buffalo, and you had like all the event, like you went glamping and then you sat there with binoculars, looking into the town and like taking like telephoto, those pictures. I get it. I get it.
I mean,
guess,
every
but how is that different? How's that different than going to, like, let's say you go to somewhere in the Middle East and you go to Dubai and you stay in a fancy place and you go in glamping in a fancy hotel, but then you go out to the middle of the desert to go check out how they live. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the
like,
same
oh,
thing.
let's go check out the Bedouins.
Yeah, and you see how they live, take pictures.
Look, every third world country that I've been to, which is 2, but every time I go there, they you've got nicer clothes on, you've got watches, all this other bullshit, iPhones. You'll have about, the second you get off the plane and get into a town, you're gonna have like 10 people come up to you, like trying to sell you something, or like it's clear who you are and where you come from, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially if you start talking, then they're really gonna press you and follow you for 10, 20 steps, at least as a what's it called? Why am I forgetting the word? Traveler.
Tourist?
Vagabond?
Tourist.
Vagabond?
Tourist.
Tourist?
Thank you. Tourist. Yeah. As a tourist, you're going to get, because I've been to Brazil and Mexico. It's been like that. Brazil and Mexico are both, they look for people wandering around, not knowing where they're at, so that they can try to finagle you into some sale.
Oh yeah.
Can confirm the Mexico one. That's definitely true. They did the same thing to me.
Well, that's kind of like you ever go to any big city here in the U.S. and you get the pretend Buddhists that they go up to you. They try to hand you the little chip, or they put the friendship bracelet thing on you, and first time it happened to me, this person hands me this thing. I was like, no. I don't want this. No, for you, gift. Oh, probably should have done that. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I go to walk away, and he goes, no, he said, no, you pay me.
Yeah, that's when you take it off and hand it back to him.
Yeah, but I was just like, no, then take it. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of weird shit.
I was at my brother's engagement party this weekend, and it was in San Francisco, and one of his friends was telling me this, like, it just happened to him on his way over. He's like, yeah, we stopped at the gas station. Some guy grabbed the pump and started trying to fill up my tank and started asking for money. And he goes, look, he gets out and goes, I don't need you to fill up my tank for me. Can I buy you a water? Can I buy you I forget what snack he said, but he offered to buy him a snack, and he goes, oh, I don't eat that shit. That's junk food. And you know damn well he wasn't asking for money for food. He was asking money for
crap.
fentanyl or something. Yeah.
I know Bobby knows, since he has boardwalks around near him. I know he knows the monks that show up on the boardwalks and they just grab people.
Well, dude, San Francisco is, like, the Bay Area in general is one of the richest areas in the world, and you still have people like that. That are coming to, they're gonna pull some like scam shit on you. It's like, no, I don't need my windows washed. And look, I feel for people that are in those lower
or the pyramid, the pyramid guides at the pyramids, the ones that tell you like to go. No, you need to go this way. The walkway's this way, and then all of a sudden you're by yourself with this rando that's like, okay, now give me all your money.
Oh yeah, that's almost happened to me and my brother in Brazil. We were there for a pilgrimage, actually, for a mass with the Pope, and ironically, we were up to no good, and
were you making trouble in the neighborhood?
yeah, we were up to no good. I'll leave it at that. And he goes, "Oh yeah, just meet me over here in this alleyway." And me and my brother looked at each other. We're like, "Should we just go? Should we just walk away?"
Now,
Like,
was this the type of alleyway that you might not be able to see a Lego in?
I don't understand that reference, but
Last night,
yeah. Yes,
you
it
were
was
building
very,
a Lego set with
it was very dark. It was very
Yep.
black. I wouldn't be able to see into it. Yes, that is the type of alleyway I was talking
It was very dark and very black. Understood.
Well, guys, we've gone for 2.5 hours now. I think I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, dude. Thank you for having me on.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for showing up. Thank you, Pilgrim, Moni, Crimson Law.
Are you getting the pirate beacon up in the sky right now?
No, I'm actually about to eat dinner, and then I think I'm going to build some Legos.
To play party animals.
Well, I'm sure I will see you guys in voice chat later.
Daimio, what do you think about building your other Lego set tonight?
Do you want to do a Lego stream?
Do you?
Is that what you're thinking?
Do you?
I actually have one
jumping
planned
in
on
the shower
on
and I'm going to
Sunday.
bed. I'm exhausted.
On Sunday? Okay, I'll wait till
With
Sunday.
Matt. Okay, cool.
With Matt?
And you now.
Oh.
Yes.
What's he building?
The Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this is going to be a long stream then.
Yeah, it's gonna be early. 3 o'clock for you. I'm gonna start
Okay,
around
yeah,
12
yeah.
noon. Cool.
Cool. I might finish the Eiffel Tower on that stream.
Yeah, maybe. Rob, good to talk to you, buddy. Bobby,
You
you
too,
as
man.
well.
Good to
And
see you.
Polo.
If anybody wants to see where I am with the Eiffel Tower,
Yeah,
I just sent you guys a special treat on the private chat. You should check it out.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let me see.
Holy shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
Damn.
Special treat.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I didn't
What
need to look
the
at
fuck?
Damn.
This is what I do on the internet. I find little
yeah,
gems
that'd be
like
good.
this.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
that. That's the type of that's the type of person you open the door for them. They go, "What, bro?"
I'd be like,
what I miss?
You'd be like, hey, honey, what's your name?
hey,
My
hey,
name's
click
Terry.
the link in the private chat.
Call me honey one more time. I dare you.
Yeah, really.
That's fucked up.
Hey, babe. She
Oh,
goes, "Oh."
oh.
Oh, man.
She hurt me just looking at her. What's up, Jay?
Oh, hey, Jay.
Drunk 3PO.
What's up, Jay?
I don't have your hat. I have X-Wing's hat.
Aw. Fuck. Wish I was wearing my Welcome to the Rebellion shirt.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
fellas.
I just washed mine. I did laundry tonight.
I'll
Good night,
see y'all-
everybody.
I'm sure I'll see you.
All right.
DC.
Take it easy, folks.
Later.